NVIDIA has released a brand new driver. This one is version 5.76.02. Let's jump into the positives and the negatives about this particular driver. And this is based on a Reddit post, and I will link to this in the YouTube description down below. Now, as you can see here, NVIDIA has made a lot of changes to this particular driver, and that is good to see. Certainly a lot better job than the 5.7.2. And for the most part, that is the overall consensus with this particular driver. That does not mean that you should go out and jump on this driver right now and install it. Do some research, read through this very, very long, comprehensive thread here over on Reddit first. And from there, and from watching this video, you can determine whether you should take the chance to install it or not. Of course, you can just go ahead and install it and see how it works for you and remove it. But just a word of warning there. Sometimes that can be more trouble than not. My recommendation would be if you have a driver installed right now and that driver is doing everything that you want it to do and there's no crashes, there's no black screens, there's no issues, keep the driver you have installed. All right, so let's dive into the positive side first. So a key highlight has been the resolution overall of specific game-related bugs. Many users reported that this driver, 5.76.02, successfully fixed previous encountered issues in particular titles. For instance, those with 40 series graphics cards, well, actually, they were having all kinds of problems with the 5.7.2 drivers, the whole series, to be honest. This one, though, has reportedly resolved a lot of issues if you have a 40 series graphics card. For those who struggled with crashes with Frame Generation and GSYNC in Cyberpunk 2077, found these problems alleviated. The driver also reportedly addressed random crashes in Fortnite, as well as VSYNC stutter in Overwatch 2, and as well application freezes in Star Wars Outlaws. Additionally, some users have experienced a fix for VRR flicker when using ChatGPT, the AI application. And if you saw resolution for black screen issues, that's great. When your computer goes to sleep and you come back to it, you touch your mouse or your keyboard, and then everything goes black. Apparently, for some, that has been resolved as well. Something else that has been fixed, apparently for some at least, artifacts in Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection game. Now, beyond all of these bug fixes, some users have reported tangible performance improvements. Several have noticed increased in benchmark scores, specifically 3D Mark Steel Nomad, and also observed better performance in games like AC Shadows and Starfield. And if you are still playing CS2, one user here has highlighted significant improvements in that game, achieving locked and stable frame rates. So for a subset of users, particularly those with the 40 series GPUs, the driver brought about general overall stability improvements. That's excellent, resolving issues they had encountered with the previous driver versions. Some 4090 and 48 owners described the driver as stable and reported achieving their best performance metrics to date. Now, the overall consensus seems to be that this driver 5.76.02 is much better than any of the 5.7.2 series of drivers. Does that mean it's going to work perfectly for you and fix the issues that you have? Well, maybe, but maybe not, because people are still having issues with this driver. So black screens are still a problem, at least for some, and this happens after driver installation. It could happen after the system wakes up. It could happen after the computer reboots, after you install the driver. So it really depends. It might not happen to you. It might fix the black screens that you had from the 5.7.2 driver. Maybe you didn't have any when you installed the 5.7.2, and now you install this and you are having them with this particular driver. So some people are saying it has fixed their black screens, but others are saying, nope, it's still there. And reportedly, black screens with this particular driver ranges from the RTX 20 to the RTX 50 series. So don't think because you have a 30 or 40 series video card that it's going to fix your black screen issues. And now you can finally update to a newer NVIDIA driver, because I know many people have went back to a much, much older driver just to have their system stable, which of course makes all kinds of sense. You want to install a driver and have less problems, not more problems. Now, some people, to fix this black screen issue when they installed this particular driver, 576.02, was to do a hard reset. So if you install the driver and get a black screen, if you boot the system up and you get a black screen, just do a hard reset and pray that it will fix the issue. Or if it doesn't, go into safe mode, let it boot into safe mode, then reset, and hopefully that would recover it. For some, that has actually worked. Now, despite the very long list of bugs that were supposedly fixed, a number of users continue to experience issues in specific games, including Monster Hunter Wilds, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Cyberpunk 2077, and even Red Dead Redemption 2. Guess what's happening? New crashes are being reported. So new problems, which I guess NVIDIA will have to fix in the hot patch. Users are also experiencing stuttering and performance degradation in games like Overwatch 2, as well as the first Berserker, Kazan, and a decline in performance in titles like Path of Exile 2. The advertised fix for VSYNC and GSYNC issues did not prove universally effective, so while it works for some, it doesn't work for others. Some users are still experiencing low frames per second and stuttering when both are enabled. A particular disruptive issue with the failure of hardware monitoring tools such as MSI Afterburner and as well NVIDIA app to correctly report GPU temperature and other metrics after the system woke from sleep. So when it's not asleep, apparently it's okay, but when it goes to sleep, when it wakes up again, that doesn't or isn't reporting properly. You would have to do a restart, I guess, to fix that. And as well, some users are reporting display-related problems beyond the black screen, such as monitors failing to wake up, color discrepancies at non-native resolutions, flickering, as well as loss of display signal. So this driver 576.02 seems to be a double-edged sword, because for some it has, well, fixed a lot of bugs and improved performance, while simultaneously introduced new issues or failing to address existing ones for a considerable portion of the gaming community. And while black screens for some were fixed, for others, well, it's not fixed, or maybe they installed the 572 driver and that driver actually resolved that particular problem, and now they installed this one and, well, now they're getting black screens as well. Some new issues, and this is concerning, in games that, well, didn't have any issues before. So there will definitely be a hot patch, a hot fix that will come, I suspect, shortly after this release. Now, this driver was released a few days ago, and I'm actually doing this video on April the 19th, 2025. So let us all know if you have installed this driver and how you're making out with it. Did it resolve some issues? Is it the new driver that you'll be keeping for a while? Are you happy with it, or are you on the other side where you're not happy with it and it has not fixed the issues that you had before?